We take a closer look at the recent labor survey.
It takes a lag before you see the results of that policy.
The opposition says it's all thanks to F&M policies. Bahamian singer Therese Hepburn laid to rest today.
I told her this while she was alive, and I'll say it again. Therese, I love you.
It's BEC line staff's turn to weigh in on proposed overtime slashes, plus an update on Volunteer Bahamas.
Volunteer Bahamas is still going strong.
I'm NIKIA DEVEAUX, and this is NB12 Weekend. Joining us this Saturday evening. Promising numbers on the labor force released by the Department of Statistics yesterday show how the country's economy could possibly be on the rebound. However, the spike may not last very long. Paige McCartney tells us more.
There are economic benefits to improved unemployment figures, according to the director of the Department of Statistics, Kelsey Dorsett. She said usually when there is a decline in unemployment, there are visible signs of economic recovery.
Usually when your labor force is increasing, you would see some economic factors in terms of your GDP and that sort of thing. You'll have a better economic growth kind of thing, a more visible economic growth.
But Dorsett questioned whether the trend will last, considering how heavily the improved jobs figures were influenced by temporary factors. The former Free National Movement administration implemented its job stimulus program last year, and those jobs were only promised for a year. Additionally, there was a spike in hirings by major political parties during the campaigns leading up to the May 7th general election.
Sometimes when policies are put in place, it takes a lag before you see the results of that policy, all right? So, like the 52-week program and all, that was in place, you know, for almost a year already. So it would take a while to see that. But what does that mean, like your question earlier? If these persons are not re-engaged, all right? So they're the kind of things. And is it that their exposure to where they're working now puts them in a better position now to say, well, I'm with Scotiabank, they're going to keep me on or something like that.
Furthermore, the director of statistics said it would be premature to make finite determinations about how strong the economy will become based on only these latest job figures. She said even though they can be an indication, more factors need to be considered.
All of these variables are what you take into consideration when you look at how healthy your economy is. You look at your unemployment rate, you look at your national account, your gross domestic product, you look at the deficit. All this is involved in your gross domestic product calculation. So you look at a full picture, something like what the central bank does, all right, when you look at all that, and it gives you some idea of where your economy is going.
But while unemployment has decreased among the general populace, it appears younger people are still struggling to find employment. The unemployment rate for those between the ages of 15 and 24 stands at 29.4%. While officials believe that high figure may be because many younger Bahamians choose school over work during this age span, they pointed out that the job market is also hardest for this demographic group.
They're not experienced. So even though they've finished school, they're new out on the market. And people tend to say experienced people only need apply. So here they are, they're looking, and because they lack that experience, they, aren't able to find work.
But Dorsett said those numbers aren't special to just the Bahamas. She said the trend is being seen in countries around the world. For NB12, I'm Paige McCartney.
Well, Deputy Leader of the Free National Movement and Shadow Minister of Labor and Social Development, Loretta Butler Turner, says the labor force survey shows that employment is moving in the right direction because of F&M policies. In a statement released yesterday, Butler Turner said that the survey was conducted for the period in which the F&M was in office. She says it is clear that the policies of the Ingram administration were critical in helping to stabilize the economy and boost employment numbers, including the 52-week job retraining program, contracts for the redevelopment of Cable Beach, and various ongoing infrastructural projects. The statement says that the opposition is mindful that despite improving numbers, that unemployment remains too high and that many Bahamians are hurting and continuing to struggle financially. Butler Turner noted that there is still much work to be done to improve the job prospects for thousands of Bahamians, especially Bahamian youth. She urged the government to continue with the policies put in place by the F&M. A man is dead after he was struck off of his bicycle early this morning. Police say the victim was riding his bicycle west along Tonic Williams-Darling Highway in the area of Workers House around 4:25 this morning when he was hit by a Ford Mustang. The man was rushed to hospital where he later died. Police are questioning the driver of the Mustang. Officers are encouraging cyclists to wear reflective clothing in the night and ensure that their bicycles have head and rear reflectors to increase visibility to motorists. Police are also stressing that people are not to leave the scene of the accident. Failing to remain at the scene is an offense that carries a fine of $500 to $1,000. A 13-year-old boy is in hospital in serious condition tonight after he was stabbed multiple times yesterday. According to reports, the boy was stabbed around 11:30 last night after he got into an altercation with another male. Now, police did not give any more details but did say they are following significant leads into the matter. That incident happened just a day before a 17-year-old boy was allegedly stabbed by an older family member in his own home. Police say the boy was at his South Beach residence when he got into an altercation with a family member and was stabbed several times. The 17-year-old is also in hospital in serious condition. Police are questioning a 42-year-old man in connection with that incident. The outpouring of love for the late Bahamian artist Therese Hepburn continued today as loved ones of the mother, singer, friend, and co-worker shared their memories of the 48-year-old who was funeralized this morning. St. Francis Xavier Cathedral was packed with mourners of Michelle Therese Hepburn this morning. The service started at 10 a.m. with remarks from Prime Minister Perry Christie. Family members, politicians, musicians, producers, and Bahamas Mortgage Corporation employees shared together in songs, hymns, and prayers.
To bring them together in justice and peace, we pray to the Lord.
After the final commendation and songs of farewell, family and friends shared words, hugs, and pleasant memories outside of the church before heading to Lakeview Memorial Gardens on John F. Kennedy Drive for the interment and then on to Super Club's Breezes to celebrate the life of the spunky and energetic entertainer. It was there that we caught up with the family members and friends who fought back tears as they shared with us their memories of Therese.
She was always a protector, you know what I mean? Always an advisor, and you know, she's going to be greatly missed. You know, I loved her with all my heart, and I pray that her soul rests in peace.
Very sweet, caring, giving person, fun-spirited, very friendly, and lovable. Whenever she's around, the rooms just light up. She's always the light of the party.
Missing her gonna be a whole long time. We're waiting to see her again one of these days, because you know everybody has his time.
And there was no shortage of entertainers who worked closely with Therese over the years. They described the singer as the life of the party, who left a legacy that makes all Bahamian musicians proud.
She's not gone. Her music will live on forever. Her personality, her character, every memory of her is going to last forever. There's no one else here now like her, and I doubt that there ever will be.
her performance, her personality, her life living, everyone will remember as long as they live.
I think we've lost more than just a great entertainer. We've lost a great woman. Therese was, first of all, a good person. So I mean, we're gonna miss her, and it's just irreplaceable.
The whole entertainment industry, we have lost an icon. We have lost a gem. We need to do our thing now to keep this thing alive for Therese and do our due duty and dedicating this thing to her and keeping this movement going.
We're gonna miss Therese, but like I say, she lives on through her music and the great memories.
Therese suffered a massive stroke nearly 2 months ago and died at Doctors Hospital on August 31st. She was 48. Therese is survived by her son Elric, parents, grandparents, sisters, and brothers.